Aaron. They are after each other. You wouldn't know they're teammates today.
He ran in the back of me, you know, for no reason, and my car was just so good. I guess he thought I was being too aggressive. I don't know, and he just drove into my door.
I'm pretty disappointed in how he was racing me today. You know, we'll get to the bottom of it and sort it out.
You don't have teammates and friends out there. You got to go out there and race hard.
Well, Jeff Gordon, the good news is the last 3 weeks you've had a great race car. The bad news is you haven't been to victory lane. You and Jimmie got together. Some people have said, wow, it's good to see that fire back in Jeff Gordon. Is that an accurate thing to say, or has it always been that way?
I feel like the fire's always been there. You know, it's just when you have race cars like we've been having this year. We had it at Vegas, we had it at Texas, had it at Martinsville. It does get me and the entire DuPont Chevrolet team fired up. So, you know, when you know you've got a car capable of winning, and it's been a little while since we've had the type of race cars that we're having this year, and that's why I'm so excited and proud of is this team and how we've turned the corner this year. And there's no doubt that it's gonna make me want to push a lot harder out there to lead those laps and get those positions and get those wins. And we're knocking on the door. We haven't gotten there yet, but we keep running like this, it'll come.
Everything good with Jimmie?
Yeah. I mean, we're teammates, we're friends, and we're very competitive. You know, and that's all that was out there on the racetrack. And we're going to see more of that. You know, between us and between other guys. You know, that's part of NASCAR racing.
All right, good luck today, Jeff. Going for a 7th win, Matt Yoakum.
Friends and teammates for over 8 years. Words like respect and good rivalry used this week by Jimmie Johnson and Jeff Gordon. So what was the most constructive part of the conversation you guys had this week?
Well, I mean, I think we both know and realize that we're very, very competitive guys. And you know, there's things that happen on the track that frustrate people. It doesn't matter if it's a teammate or not. It's just part of racing. So I think through it all, I have better understanding of that and just the competitive nature that we have regardless of the friendship or the teammate relationship that we have. And the other part, there's always two sides to every story. So it was a very, very good conversation, and looking forward to moving on and going racing, and certainly racing that 24 hard.
How has the spoiler here changed the nuances of racing at Talladega?
I have to say I have more confusion right now than I expected to. I mean, when we were at the test, I felt like I had a really good understanding of what the car was doing and why it was doing certain things, and it seems a little different coming back. Maybe it's just the environment we're in on the track. But then again, I've only been in a 15-car pack, and now we're getting ready for 43. So I think there's a lot of question marks right now in everyone's minds. Nothing bad, but knowing what the right move is going to be, or the right lane, how to race, what's going to help you pass. There's some obvious things, but there are some nuances that we just don't know yet.
He starts from the best place possible, the pole. He's a former Talladega winner. Chris?
Thanks, Matt, Jimmie, and Jeff. It's interesting. Jeff Gordon said we're going to see more of it. Whether it's Jimmie, teammate, whoever it is, he thinks he has a car that can win. He wants to win.
Yeah, this is NASCAR. He said that. This is NASCAR. We don't have team orders here. You go out there, you race everybody the same. But I want to correct Jimmie on one thing. He said there's two sides to every story. Actually, there's three.
Really?
Yeah, his, mine, and the truth.
All right, so Jeff, for Rick Hendrick, the owner of the team, it's a win-win, right? Regardless, is he rooting for one guy over the other when they get down there?
I think he's very comfortable letting these guys kind of have at it, because again, they both have the experience. They know what they're trying to do, and I think Jeff Gordon kind of summed it up. He has now got a race car that week in and week out he can challenge Jimmie Johnson. Before, he had a good race car once or twice during the course of the year. It kind of like a surprise to everybody, and he didn't get a chance to get into a rhythm. So I think that it's great to see this 24 car being competitive every week, so he can show up and give Jimmie everything he can.
Trust me, I know Mr. Hendrick. You're just the crew chief. I've been the driver. He's out. He's cheering them on, because he loves that.
Yeah.
He's not an owner that says, back it off, boys, take it easy.
I agree with you. I think he's very happy with it. I think he's excited to have two champions butting heads like this, because all of a sudden, hey, we're getting a lot of television exposure.
4 times.
Yeah, that's right.
4 times.
Who's going to get the 5th first? All right, so much of the talk about this race is centered around Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jimmie and Jeff, but keep an eye on Jamie McMurray, because he snuck up and stole the Daytona 500 in a Chevy, and then he won here last November in a Ford. It seems that there's no restricting McMurray when it comes to restrictor plate racing.
Little Jamie, baby! He's back, I got this. He's back, I got this. He's back, I got this. You got it, man!
This little cat's become a pretty good restrictor plate racer.
You snuck up on him at Daytona, leading only 2 laps, but won the Daytona 500. Last fall here at Talladega, led the most laps to win. That's 2 plate wins in a row. Can you make it 3 today?
Well, we've got a really good Bass Pro Shop Chevy. you know, it's going to be different today with the wing versus the spoiler. The cars seem to suck up a lot faster, and we already saw one of the guys, you know, just the accordion effect get wrecked on the backstretch. So I think the first half of the race has to be really smart, and if there is going to be a wreck, I think you'll see it early on. So we'll just be smart at the beginning, and you never know at the end.
How hard are you going to run today?
Well, at the beginning of the race, I'm not going to get very excited. You know, last year when we won, I rode not in the back, but towards the back the first part of the race, and then at about halfway tried to go back up through there. So, you know, you just have to wait and see. You never know how the race is going to play out. It might get single file. You never know until you get in the car.
Good luck to you today. Thanks, Jimmie.
All right, thanks, Dick. And you were talking to some crew chiefs about what he was saying, spoiler wing difference.
Yeah, I was talking to Kevin Mannion about their strategy and how they were going to kind of play out today. Definitely the wing versus the spoiler is a different feel for the guys. But what he liked about Jamie's philosophy, he lets the race car and the pace of the race kind of dictate to him. If the car's good, he'll go up front. If he not very happy and he doesn't like what he sees, he may drop to the back. They don't have a game plan, but the plan still is to be around at the end and win this darn thing, Darrell.
Yeah, I think the other thing that we got to watch today is the closing rate. Because of the little bit bigger restrictor plate and the rear spoiler, these cars really close on each other in a hurry. That's why you see guys knocking the fire out of each other. They get there and they can't do anything but run into the guy in front of them. Sometimes get bad results.
And we haven't seen 43 all in one pack at one time. This is going to be exciting.
Big one.
To win 3 restrictor plate races in a row, only Dale Earnhardt, the late great, did it. Jamie McMurray has a chance to do that. Coming up, the story of plenty of pain, plenty of gain. Denny Hamlin with a win after surgery. How will he hold up today? We'll hear from him when we continue on Fox.
Starting 7th in the number 88. National Guard, Amp Energy Chevrolet from Kannapolis, North Carolina, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Welcome back to Talladega, and they love to cheer on Earnhardt when he gets out in front. Watch the crowd, all 100,000 plus get up and cheer for Earnhardt Jr. Almost no chance of rain today. Just about everybody glad to hear that, except maybe Denny Hamlin. He's quickly become Mr. Monday, winning postponed races in Martinsville and Texas with surgery on his wounded knee in between. The driver of the FedEx car doesn't need a GPS to find the fastest route to victory lane.
Here he is, showing some gut. Denny Hamlin, surgery, left knee. He sent a strong message, I don't roll over.
Playing hurt, cleans everybody's clock at Martinsville, wins in Texas.
Well, Denny certainly proved that it's going to take more than surgery to keep him out of victory lane. I would imagine the celebration a little less exuberant, at least with that limp that you're still carrying around.
Yeah, for sure. It hampered the burnout more than it did anything, but it definitely winning is a great remedy. I think a lot of people that have driven injured in the past have realized that. But you know, we're just excited about the race today. One of the most excited races I've ever looked forward to here at Talladega today, and it's just we got great weather and a great race car, and hopefully we bring home 2 in a row.
I got to ask, knowing the big one could be coming, any nerves about that knee?
A little bit. I mean, I don't want to get in a big one for sure and get jarred too much, but that's part of it. This is what we come here for, no matter what, good or the bad, finish good or bad, you got to have fun at this racetrack, and we're going to have fun at least for a little while.
All right, the Bobcats couldn't upend the magic last night. Denny was at the game, but he's looking for the magic here at Talladega.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, he's become buddies with Michael Jordan. Maybe Michael Jordan, who's sometimes had to play through some pain. Maybe he can help Denny, because Denny, if you look at last year when he won, all right, getting out of the car, victory lane, how excited he was, no problem. And then this week or last week in Texas, after the surgery, how gingerly in victory lane.
Jeff, you remember when I broke my left leg? I got in the best shape I'd ever been in my life. Because of that injury, I started working out and rehabbing the injury, and in the process, I got in the best shape I'd ever been in my life. I felt better in the car, I drove better, and we got great results coming off of an injury.
Yeah, he might want champagne instead of the ice for that knee every time he gets out. Is he the biggest threat to Jimmie Johnson for the championship?
Well, I think right now everybody's got to think he is, because he's won 2 races in a row, and he's showing some strength after coming off a great finish in 2009. Everybody was pointing at that number 11 to Joe Gibbs, saying he can challenge Jimmie Johnson. If this surgery pays off, by the time we get mid-season, we'll have a better idea. So it's a little bit early to say, but you can't count him out, that's for sure. He showed a lot of heart.
Sounds like you're waffling.
No, I think he has an opportunity to challenge him.
All right. I'll help you. I'll help you. Right now, he's 10 points behind Jimmie Johnson. going into the chase.
Okay.
And that's what these guys all think about and look at going into the chase. So who's the number 2 guy that can challenge Jimmie Johnson? Jimmie Johnson would like to know himself.
Yeah, maybe a guy like Jeff Gordon. Time for our Fox News Watch, and things are going to be different next February in Daytona when you tune in for the Daytona 500 on Fox. Yes, track officials will repave the track after the summer race for the